Hello again from the city of Kouvola in southeastern Finland in northern Europe. I continue my manual uploading of these walking videos in the Helsinki Central Park, which is an approximately 10 kilometers long outdoor exercise park inside the city of Helsinki. In some people's opinion, it starts already near the Helsinki center on the western shores of the Töölö Bay. In other people's opinions, it starts a bit more northward to the north of Nordenskjöld Street, or as I believe, in the suburb of Laakso or valley where the sandy trails start. But here anyway, I'm in the southern portion of those trails, or at least I should be, and approaching the colony garden, a series of small garden plots on the western outskirts of the suburb of Pasila, or western Pasila, but still on the Central Park, Helsinki Central Park's side. And there probably tens of busy gardeners artwork, especially in the summertime, although the earliest ones, the most diligent ones, probably start tending their plots already in April, weather permitting, or perhaps at the earliest in late March, or if the spring has been super mild already, perhaps in early March. And then depending on the weather conditions of the autumn, they will tend their plots actively until September, October, or perhaps November. There has been horse carrying space in the southern portion of these sandy trails, and also there is a horse riding path roughly parallel to the main path, but the persons who are not tending the horses or keeping them, or who are not their owners, are not permitted to feed them. Curiously enough, I didn't see any horses this time. The northern portion of, or certain northernmost portions of the Helsinki Central Park have recently been subject to logging, and there has been a citizens' movement in the Helsinki region, or especially in Helsinki proper, to stop the logging, and indeed some or several candidates in the Helsinki municipal elections, which were held last in April 2017, on the same day as, of course, in the other Finnish municipalities, opposed this logging. Okay, so here I actually am already in the underpass. I'm walking under the Fence Hill Road, if I interpret this part of the video correctly, or so it seemed anyway. But I stand corrected, and of course I'll correct myself if I find out something else afterwards. Obviously, many wild animals live, especially many small wild animals live in the Helsinki Central Park. The larger wild animals like wolves, lynxes, and bears are, let alone wolverines, are at best rarely seen there. But for example, foxes are quite often seen there. Yeah, I really apologize for the shaky quality of this video. I'm not a professional filmmaker, but hopefully you'll forgive me for that. Anyway, enjoy these sights. I wanted to capture some of these sights of the brief Finnish summer when there is that green foliage, green hue in the forests. There are those evergreen trees, spruces and pines, and then plenty of leaf trees, especially birches, although there are several or many other tree species in Finland. Nevertheless, these three species, spruce, the spruce, pine, and birch, or actually there are at least three species of birches, maybe four, they dominate the trees found in most forests of Finland. Okay. Yeah, anyway, as I was saying in the previous video, I was trying to find those trails which would contain fewer hikers and bikers so that I could keep this video diary more private. And to some extent, I succeeded. Although, yes, there were hikers and bikers even on certain trails which I considered safer on the basis of viewing many times a couple of videos, well, especially one video that was self-filmed by a biking enthusiast and contained an accelerated version of his biking trip through the Helsinki Central Park, or a major portion of it anyway, back in June 2016. At some point, you will then find kind of zigzag because accidentally I took a wrong turn and then I walked back a semicircle close to the suburb of Pasila. Put on my eyeglasses and see more accurately. Yeah, maybe I'll put a notice of this on Facebook. Now, just a moment. Okay. So in this video, I at least should reach that and pass on the right the colony garden portion in the southern part of the walking trails of the Helsinki Central Park, unless I already had passed it. That, of course, is still possible. And because the weather was by the Finnish summer standards yesterday in Helsinki fairly mild, the temperature was around 20 degrees, possibly even in the low 20s, at least in the northernmost portions of Helsinki. And because for the most part it was dry, there was a brief shower, but that only came or started after I had stopped walking and was waiting for a bus to take me to a suburb of western Helsinki. And from there I took a tramway to the center of Helsinki, where I spent the final portion of my single day trip to Helsinki. Okay, I'm trying to now locate where I was. Yeah, probably had passed already that garden, colony garden, and was heading northward. And then there's another colony garden in the Helsinki Central Park in the Kivihaka or Stone Fence suburb. It's more in central Helsinki, and there the garden, if one is coming by foot or by bike from the center of Helsinki, there the garden is before the railway bridge. Overpass, of course, for the trains, and then underpass for the light traffic, hikers, pedestrians, and joggers, runners, and bikers, of course. Mm-hmm. I filmed rather lengthy videos, no wonder then when I was trying to film again in one of the shopping, or actually the main shopping center in this city earlier today, my cell phone's memory then twice indicated that it was full. So after manually uploading each one of these walking videos, I will then have to delete them. Okay, so here I'm walking under what seems to be, or about to walk under what seems to be that railway underpass for the light traffic. So hikers, pedestrians, joggers, runners, and of course bikers. And there, after that, I took a sharp turn to the right. The turn should come soon, if I'm not mistaken. As to the bridge, yeah. And that was intended for me to reach a rather isolated, less hiked, jogged, run, and biked trail. And to a certain extent, I was successful, although not to a perfect extent, because the weather was too mild and too sunny for many potential hikers. Okay, yes, so this must be it now to stay home yesterday. If it had been only in the mid-teens, let alone low teens with steady or heavy rain, only the hardiest hikers, joggers, runners, and bikers would have been there. Okay. And then soon should come the turn towards the trail around the end of my walking video. Yeah, maybe turn is approaching there. Okay, there's the end of the video.